Barcelonian method and determining proof of Karl Popper the old-fashioned way. It would have been way faster if I had a machine to automatically make proof, evidence, and find and create that for me. Yes, much faster. You did not counter my point on learning. Guy who directed The Crow and the Dark City stuff, super disappointed. That is such a shame. I like to go back to old media. Right, I'm gonna grab something for 1 sec. What is? Yeah. That's fine. Okay. Right. We're going to run through some directing things now, because I think that's way more interesting as a conversation than talking to a quick wall. Devil Wears Prada. This was made 2000 something. I don't know the exact date, but you know what I do know? Its beginning intro is one of the best directed scenes I have seen out of a movie that is purely made for pop culture. It's phenomenal. What it is it cuts through on shoes, women getting ready in the morning and doing their makeup, and it shows you the setup of every day, and it shows you the setup of the principle of the movie, women getting ready for work, and it shows the variety, and then it automatically cuts to the contrast of our main character, Andy. Andy is the main character of The Devil Wears Prada, co-sided with her, the devil, Miranda Priestley, okay? By showing the cut side of Miranda and the fashion world's life versus Andy's, it shows her as unorganized, but also more free, as these women have to wake up much earlier to get ready, and it shows you the principles of the thing. Shoes, and it shows them separately, and then it shows you the cohesive outfits. And I think that is an amazing directive choice. Now, should we, with the Barcelona method still, fashion method teach? Maybe not, but I haven't seen a better model. You haven't seen a better model because there isn't one, because we haven't been updating our education models. Like I said, 200 years old, most of them sit around that mic. They don't actually get updated, and if they do get updated, it's not actually for greater changes, it's about not leaving people who would need to resit a year behind. It's about cohesivity rather than accepting exceptionalism. That's a new model. Asterix is an old animated cartoon. It is about them fighting the Romans. It is amazing, it is very funny, and I enjoy it. Amazing, sincerely, I think it's great. Okay? It teaches you about 50 BC. Not properly, it's not that realistic, but it's beautiful. I love it. It's well animated. It is completely human made. It's completely human directed. It is completely human scripted. And all of it is perfect. This is from the BBC. The BBC, for those who don't know, is a British broadcasting. It is paid by our taxes, and it has some great film angles. It is also well narrated. What happens is most of it is generated by who? By artists who spent time into the models of what we think dinosaurs look like and beasts look like. It's great. Just because something is human does not mean it's better, no, but it does mean care and time has been put into it, and every decision is an actual effort rather than a projection of what they think we want. I'd rather watch scrap that someone tried really hard on than slop that someone spent 2 seconds prompting. Why? Because I believe it paid people. I believe it used talent and skill. I believe they put in effort, which is worth my thought, and I also think a thought is worth my thought. Because guess what, if someone has to think and make choices and decisions on it, that's great, rather than predicting where I'd want them to put the choice. Because my biggest criticism of movies is the paper box cutter method, right? I don't want to watch a movie that is made with the plot line of every other movie. I don't want to watch a movie where the hero always wins. I don't want to watch a movie where he always struggles. Sometimes I think it would be really enjoyable, let's go back to Megamind, where the hero's an asshole and the villain can be humanized. I think that's good. Right, let's go back. Toy Story isn't human made. 3D CGI isn't human made. It's equation made. That's fair. Counter. Toy Story's script. The concept. The people who then have to make and work on that CGI. Because there are people who work on graphics and effects and they do work on CGI. Just because it isn't human directly. I'd say CGI is bad. Also, like, this is completely off topic. I don't like CGI for most things. Why? Because I like it when it's goofy. Has it done amazing things? Do I like Avatar 1 with the blue people? Yes. Would I have enjoyed it more if it was animated? Maybe. Would have I enjoyed it more if it was just silly blue people painted blue running around the forest? Yes. Yes, I would have. That would have been amazing. You have no idea how much they tweaked and designed and vended Toy Story to make it look how they want. That is true. It's a very human-made movie. That is also true. Do I like Transformers? Do I like the Bay films? Do I like the Bay films? Do I like Transformers? Yes. Do I like the concept of them? Yes. Do I like them when they was originally G1? Do I like G1? The TV show. G1 is Transformers, who don't know, was made in the 90s and was animated. Just a thought. The Bay films, I think they're eh. I think they're enjoyable slop movies. And I say that because the directing is abysmal. Bay, you make amazing action scenes. You make shit movies. Okay. Do I like the Dark Knight? I like Dark Knight's script. I like the way it was filmed. I like a lot of the angles. I think the way they did scale core was really cool. I like the laughing gas. I think that's also really cool. Oh my god, I've come away from doing switches. Yeah. You could say, oh, paintings aren't human because if they use blue paint, well, humans can't produce blue, so it's really generated paint. You want to know a funny fact, though? Who makes that blue? I don't think it's digital. Also, second thing. Blue isn't actually a primary color. Do you want to know the real primary colors? It's a primary color in light. RGB is the light spectrum. The real painting spectrum within for primary colors is cyan, magenta, and I do believe it's still yellow, right? But that is the painting one. I do white. I will show you. I do digital art as well. This is a drawing tablet. It's sick. I love it. That isn't human made directly. It is. You can make dark blue. You can make dark blue using blueberries. Yeah, it comes out a little purple, but if you mix it right, it's fine. You can't make cyan, but you can because we can still make all these things because it isn't AI, it's chemical based. And if you combine chemicals, you're still making the thing. If chemicals are not real or human, then human is not human. When I eat food, that is magic because there is a chemical reaction that goes into my stomach because I am acidic based in my stomach. And if I add in too much food that is alkaline, bleach is alkaline. When I drink bleach, if I drank bleach, it would still be very human. It's just a chemical reaction. Otherwise, everything I touch isn't real. Because that's then synthetic. Don't worry, I'm not going to drink bleach. I don't need to. Blue, green, red is how we see, even if it isn't how paints work, but it works the best and produces the most colors. No, it produces the most colors when using and combining different colors of light. When combining different actual materials, you're wrong. I paint. I do real traditional art. Blue is makeable. I can make blue. I can quite literally make blue with the paints I have. Blue, red, green is the light spectrum. When we're talking about combining lights, it means if I shine a purple light and I shine a green light, I'm going to make a different color. When I am mixing real materials, that is a different color spectrum because it is not opaque. The reason mixing light works differently is because they're transparent. promise you. I promise you. You can argue that all you want, but you are wrong. And again, I'm going to go back to your original point, which is pro-discrimination. I hate to tell you, that's not true. Anti-logic is also not true. I've portrayed a logical statement. A lot of people will portray a logical statement. Anti-reason is not true. I can fold to multiple things within reason. As I said, I'm a pretty reasonable person. I know this is anecdotal evidence, but this is not anecdotal when I put it in a grander scheme of many things. And an abuser who gaslights and manipulates, I have yet to, and most people have yet to. There are bad people with bad personalities on all sides. I don't think this guy's AI. I think he just doesn't actually know how color mixing works, which is fine. And that is A-okay, but you can learn about it. And I am quite happy to explain and physically show why it works. Because I can show, using a digital thing, as if I turn down the opaqueness, it can change how the colors mix. When if I bring through my oil paints, it will change how the colors mix. It's how light works. It's okay. It can be confusing. Anyway, I really need to get back to my switches. This is going to be a sponsored stream, and I've gone on a tyrant. But it's fine. I'm enjoying it. But unfortunately, I don't think he's going to keep coming back. Are you going to stream regularly now? I'm really going to try how to stream regularly. I understand how CMYK and know how paint works. Okay. But it's refraction because it's texture-based color. I'm going to try and stream more regularly because I have a place now, I have a full-time job, I'm set up, we can do. Your point's null and void. That refraction is how seeing works. I understand that, but understanding how light and is a refraction into the eye is true, but understanding how different mediums work is separate. Light is a medium if we're gonna do that way. You can do it using long-term exposure on cameras. It's how we make the cool light, like photos, okay? Interacting with different colors that way will interact differently compared to something you can feel that is matte. Because, let's say, it's refracting. Yes. How I mix this color for it to be onto a solid surface would be different how I mix a color when it's not on a real surface. Also, thank you for the tier 1 subscription. That is extremely nice of you, and I am very grateful. Thank you for also being subscribed for 2 months. That is huge. Thank you again. I'm sorry I've been so all over the place this year. It's a pretty common trend, but I'm hoping to just settle into natural flow. It'll be nice, because I've got some games I really want to play lined up. I want to play some, I think it's called Mold Washer. It's this really cool little game where you play as a sushi, and you clean, like, inside of the fridge. I think it's sick. I can't wait to do it. And there's collectibles, and I want to get them all. And I have yet to know where all the collectibles are, so if you do, don't spoil, please. But no. So, I'm almost to the keyboard now. In AI, do you consider using outlining onto something wrong? In AI art? Yes, and I'll tell you why. AI is not reliable yet for proper anatomy at all times. It is so much better than it was a month ago, 2 months ago. But I don't believe outlining is good, because guess what? Outlining is a skill that I do not have. It's about having a stable hand, it's about growing confidence in where you want to put the line, and every decision of wanting to put the line in a different way, and thickness makes a massive difference to the outcome. I believe learning is a massive thing. Things should look bad. Things should look bad to then look good. Right? I can show you my development across art, and nothing makes me happier than seeing how far I've come. Right? I won't be able to look back and do that if I didn't actually